Om Swastiastu, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. Today I want to presentation my PowerPoint. The title of my PowerPoint is Heat Treatment of Nonferrous Alloys. Today I want to introduce myself. My name is Jessen Lubis. I'm from Metalurgi, Mechanical Engineering, Udayana University. Main reference from Metalurgi for the non-metallurgists. Second edition, edited by Arthur C. Riordan. Non-ferrous alloys are hot treat to tailor their properties for a variety of purposes, including aiding in recovery by reducing internal stresses. 2. Promoting diffusion by redistributing existing alloy elements. 3. Promoting new recrystallized grain formation. 4. Promoting grain growth. 5. Dissolving paste. 6. Producing new paste by precipitation from solid solution. 7. Altering surface chemistry by the introduction of fluorine atoms. And the last, promoting new paste formation through the introduction of fluorine atoms. Recovery and recrystallization annealing. Annealing is a generic term used to denote a thermal treatment process that consists of heating a material to an ambient temperature and holding or soaking it for a sufficient length of time at that temperature, followed by cooling at a suitable rate. When annealing is performed for short periods of time or at low temperatures, that the hardness of a cold work alloy remains relatively constant. This is initial stage is referred to a recovery annealing. Some properties change during recovery annealing. For example, the electrical resistivity of an alloy is typically increased by cold working but can be recovered before annealing has a significant effect on hardness. The onset and extent of recrystallization depends on many factors, such as composition, grain size, and the extent of cold work. For example, an increased amount of cold work prior to annealing lowers the recrystallization temperature. There also is an approximate relationship between melting temperature and recrystallization temperature. Next, heat treatable aluminum alloys. Work heat treatable aluminum alloys include the aluminum copper series, the aluminum magnesium silicon series, the aluminum zinc series, and the aluminum lithium alloys of the AXXX series. These alloys achieve higher levels of static tensile strength but with less of an improvement in fatigue endurance. Next, cobalt alloys. Cobalt is useful in applications that make use of its magnetic properties, corrosion resistance, wear resistance, and restraints at elevated temperature. Biomedical application is another important use. The initial biomedical application of cobalt-based alloys were in the dental field, and early evaluation of these alloys showed excellent wear resistance, corrosion resistance, biocompatibility, and mechanical properties when used in vivo as orthopedic implants. Hardening mechanism for cobalt alloys involve solid solution strengthening, work hardening, and or solution treating and again. Next, copper alloys. Heat treating process that are applied to copper and copper alloys include homogenizing, annealing, stress relieving, solution treating, precipitation hardening, and quench hardening and tempering. Precipitation hardening copper alloys. Its hardening mechanisms are used in a few but important copper systems that include edge hardening beryllium copper alloys in both warp and cast composition, edge hardening chromium copper alloys and that contains 0.4 to 1.2% Cr and produce an array of pure chromium precipitates and dispersoid particles when aged. Edge hardening CuNISI alloys and that are strengthened by the precipitation of an Ni2Si intermetallic phase. Spinodal hardening copper alloys are basically copper nickel alloys with chromium origin addition. Composition in the CuNISN system are C71900 and C72700 alloys. Order hardening copper alloys. Order hardening refers to short-range ordering of solid atoms within a matrix. It generally occurs from a low-temperature anneal, and the ordering of solid greatly impedes dislocation motion. Examples of order hardening copper alloys include 1. C61500, 2. C63800, 3. C68800, and the last C69000. Heat treatment of aluminum bronze. Aluminum bronze include two types. 1. Single phase aluminum bronze alloys with an FCC phase crystal structure. 2. Two-phase aluminum bronze alloys that consist on an FCC phase with either a body center cubic or solid solution phase at high temperature or an AI4Cu9 precipitate at lower temperature. Heat treatment of brushes. Convergence alloy comprise various types of brushes that have long been of great commercial importance. Convergence solid solution alloys are probably the most widely used copper-based alloys. They retain to good corrosion resistance and formability of copper but are considerably stronger. This has an HCV crystal structure, so the solubility in copper cannot be complete. However, FCC copper is also close-packed with an atomic size difference of only about 4% with genes. The solubility is extensive. Next, magnesium alloys. Precipitation occurs in many magnesium alloys, but precipitation does not always result in hardening. In many alloys, lattice coherence is lost early in the formation of precipitates. Some example significant hardening that does occur from precipitation include magnesium, aluminum alloys, magnesium yttrium alloys, and magnesium zinc alloys. Next, nickel alloys. Nickel is an austenite former and no allotropic passive transformation occurs in nickel or the high nickel family of alloys. The alloys are austenitic from the melting temperature down to absolute zero. Nickel has a natural tendency to combine with sulfur and oxygen in nature, a nickel sulfide and nickel oxide. In heat treating nickel or nickel alloys, it is critical to minimize exposure to sulfur in solute and gases form. Next, titanium alloys. The basic categories of titanium alloys are 1. Alpha and near alpha titanium alloys have predominantly a stabilizer alloying plus some limit B stabilizers. These alloys can be stress relieved and analytic strengths cannot be developed in these alloys by heat treatment. 2. Commercial B titanium alloys are in reality metastable B alloys. When these alloys are exposed to select elevated temperatures, the retained B phase decomposes and strengthening occurs. 3. Alpha beta titanium alloys, as the name suggests, are two phase alloys that comprise both the A phase and the B phase at room temperature. Microstructural features of titanium alloys. Generally, two types of phase may be present in titanium alloys after heat treatment. 1. Primary a waste process through heat treatment as they remain a prior hot working or processing. 2. Secondary also referred to as transfer B, which is produced by transformation of to a during or hot after treatment. 3 different morphologies of primary in anomaly titanium are seen in the micro paragraphs of figure 1420. The amount of B phase and transfer B becomes more predominant in alloys such as Gi6, Ai2, Sn, 4Zr6Mo. Depending on the cooling rate, the areas of secondary phase have different appearance for shapes that are described as lamellar, plate-like, acicular, Whitman-Stanton, serrated, or Martin-shaded. Next, other non-ferrous alloys. Heat-treatable silver alloys, the precious metals including silver, behave somewhat similar to copper and nickel. The most important silver alloys are the silver-copper type. Copper is added to increase the hardness and strength of silver, while its effect on the electrical conductivity is small compared to that of other additions. Heat-treatable gold alloys. The gold alloys with vein application in the jewelry trade and in dentistry generally contain silver and copper, and sometimes zinc, nickel, platinum, and palladium. The properties of a considerable number of these alloys are altered by different phase changes. Heat-treatable low melting alloys Zn, Pb, Sn. Zinc-based alloys cannot be improved sufficiently by heat treatment to warrant the commercial consideration of such a practice. However, they exhibit some initial irregularities in properties caused by precipitation and transformation process, which are of considerable importance in die castings. Both the Jessen copper and Jessen aluminum alloy system pose phase change that affect the properties of die castings. That is all from me, and thank you.